Hi friends, Shalom. Welcome to our reflection on the spiritual bite for today, Saturday in the second week of Lent. Today we read at Mass that famous text of the forgiving father, or the prodigal sons as you like them to be called, Luke chapter 15. Here we are presented with the loving heart of God, the forgiving heart of God, who is always standing out there and looking, waiting for you and I to return to Him. How open are we to the forgiving heart of God? How open are we to the forgiving mercy of God? We are also encouraged to find out how far we have gone, how much we have sinned against God, and turn back to Him. In the example of this child who turns back to his father, he says, I will go to my father, to my God, and say, I'm sorry, I've sinned against heaven, and I've sinned also against earth. You and I also, we are not perfect. We know it in the presence of God. We have sinned. We have fallen short of His mercy, of His forgiving grace. But we can still reclaim it. We can still go back to Him and say, Father, we have sinned against you. Forgive us. So then we are invited by the example of this child, by the example of the mercy of the Father, to turn back to God and not to be like this first son in this gospel text, who is not happy that the Father has forgiven his little brother who has come back and that He has set a feast for him. God tells us that in heaven there is rejoicing between among the angels in heaven and the saints when they see that a little one, a sinner, has turned back to God. We should also rejoice and be happy for everyone who turns back to God, who joins the flock of God. God bless you and have a blessed weekend. Ciao.